Hey guys, what is up? This is another solo episode with Raven. So, welcome back to the podcast, honey. Now, today we are talking about Mary J. Blige, and Mary J. Blige is a private person. She's a great woman. She got a lot of things that she can testify about, but at the end of the day, this woman is private. And so I was surprised to hear her open up and talk about her Good Morning Gorgeous song. Well, she said these three things while she was on the talk show with Jenna and Friends. So we're going to break the video down, but the first thing she said is the Good Morning Gorgeous song was birthed at the gym. And I find that to be so interesting because a lot of us are out here birthing dreams when we're going through pain. And for Mary J. Blige to say that, it really brought out the humanistic side of her. The number two thing that she said is that she is a work in progress. Y'all take a listen to what she said.
I'm still a work in progress. What you think is what you're going to be. And until you can do that, you cannot embrace or love anybody else. Until you can love yourself. That's what the Good Morning Gorgeous album was about. And that's when I found myself, I was in a terrible situation. Again, to speak positive things to myself before I go to the gym. Good morning, gorgeous. Good morning, beautiful. Good morning, amazing. Whatever it is, I need it.
And I love that for her. I also love that she is sharing this with the people because we all are a work in progress. But the thing is that, Mary J. Blige went through a very public divorce years ago, and she has talked about that over and over again. And I will say, after divorce, honey, women change. Y'all know they say that divorce feels like a death. And honey, sometimes the only way to process that stuff is to talk about it. The last point that she talked about is she listened to one of T.D. Jakes' sermons and it changed her life. Now, I know that T.D. Jakes' name is out here in the media, and sometimes it's not in a good way because of his association with Diddy. But at the same time, the more I live, the more I understand that God does call these men of God or these women of God to deliver his word. And what God gives, the world is not going to be able to take it away. The only way the world can take it away is if you give it away. If the allegations are true about T.D. Jakes, that still does not mean that God is not going to use this man to help somebody along the way. If he did what he did allegedly. And then the other thing about it is we got to learn how to take our mouth off of people, because the good Lord do say in his word, vengeance is mine. And y'all, all that's saying is he will get the last say. So that's just my 2 cents about it. Y'all listen what she had to say about T.D. Jakes.
A terrible situation. And T.D. Jakes is a pastor that comes on, and I was listening to him, and he said, what you say about yourself and what you believe about yourself is more effective than what anyone else could say or think about you. And that changed my life. And I began to speak positive things to myself before I go to the gym. Good morning, gorgeous. Good morning, beautiful. Good morning, amazing. Whatever.